about the VOD and the silver screen. Kevin and Tom and Joe know all there is to know, from masterpieces to deep fried tacos. And if the movie sucks, you might hear them say, there's no telling where the guys will take you. Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already warned you. Better watch out, it's gonna ruin the plot. Real spoilers. Real spoilers. Real spoilers.
Broadcasting from the lush but not lavish studios located in the basement of the O'Keefe Institute for Advanced Film Snarkitude, this is Real Spoilers, episode 901, Supergirl Fury Road.
It wishes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we'll get into it.
Well, yeah, that's literally...
Oh, is that what we're doing?
That's what we do. Well, sometimes we go straight into
50
it.
minutes of tangents
Yeah.
and then a real quick recap.
And then we were
of
like,
the movie.
it was okay.
It was
Yeah.
fine. It was fine.
This could have been a
Yes.
short.
Thanks for listening to me talk about my mother's Hummel collection.
Yeah.
And Supergirl was fine, I guess.
Yeah, it was fine.
Now, if you're a first-time listener,
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Please.
You're in for a treat.
You will be enraged. But then around Wednesday, you'll be like,
That's
I
pretty
wonder
good.
what did happen to his mother's Hummel collection.
You just like plant little
Seems
seeds.
like, did his sister just take all of them?
I think that's
and
what
not
happened.
share any of them?
Not a
with
single
Tom?
one.
sounds
Can you
like
believe
someone
it?
has
This
a bit of a
They
grudge.
could have at least, maybe she got the Hummels and he got the precious moments. But like,
But did he?
right, you'll be wondering these things.
He got the leftover printing press parts.
Yes.
You know what? I'll tune in next week, and it's never mentioned again.
Right.
He got the Benjamin Franklin type plates.
You get the quarter
That's why real
century half
spoilers.
dollars.
That's why instead of subtitles, Tom actually prints out transcripts.
That's right.
On his printing press and
Yes.
mails them to people.
hand printing press. It's just a
Yeah.
big
Oh yeah.
crank.
He puts the plate down.
For people that are completely lost, my parents, both of them own printing companies.
You know, it's
so-
fun. There's an Instagram account that I follow
Yeah.
that has like it takes the original plates for like movie posters, like what you would see in the
yeah.
paper, and they like reprint them.
Yeah.
And I was like, man,
That's
is
so cool.
So cool.
Love that.
It's very cool.
So, just an insight into how old I am. As a child, I cut and pasted. Literally.
Oh, you
legitimately cut and
I
pasted.
literally, like, we had a light table, and that's where it comes from, is you would take what you wanted, and you
Yep.
had an X-Acto knife, and you would cut it out, and then you had a glue gun.
Like a serial killer.
And you would put the glue gun on the back, and then you would paste it on, and that's how you would design a flyer or a page.
My uncle
like in
used
a
to have
newspaper.
one of those
Yeah.
like flash flyer mailers. Like he had one of those franchises, and I remember him used to sell ads, and then he had a light box, and he would set up and do.
I wish I had a bunch of like the punk rock, local band
Zines.
ads. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I still had that stuff. But
Yeah.
that's all gone.
But yeah, like I actually physically knew how to cut and paste.
And now you just click it.
Now I just click it.
Just click it.
Yeah, but that's
One of these days we'll teach him Control V, but
No,
that's advanced course.
All right, look, he's come far enough.
I use my Control C, Control V all the time.
Hey now,
Well, that's copy and paste.
correct. I know.
Not
The
cut and
would be
paste.
Control
That's true. That's a
X.
good yes. yes.
Oh,
So
let me
there.
put
You know what
my
you're doing.
glasses up.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I do it all the time. Yeah. So I guess let's go around the table and everyone can introduce themselves and shout out the tangent they'd like to go down.
Oh, I think the history of Supergirl is kind of what we're going to get into. This is Joe.
No, you got to save that for next week's episode.
Which is we don't know what next week
Because
is.
it's not a tangent if you do it this week.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, like it's actually.
We just talk about next week's episode, since we don't want to see minions and monsters, we're just going to talk about the history of Supergirl.
There you go. Well, this is Kevin, and happy 100th birthday to Mel Brooks.
and Brad Hyan.
Brad Hyan's 100 years
Did
old.
you know that?
He is
Wow.
100.
He looks a lot better than I've been giving him credit for.
you know,
He
it's
does look
impressive.
good for his age. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, I'm Tom.
Yeah, there it is.
And,
You already had yours. You don't get to mention another
Sorry.
topic.
Yeah, you mentioned your printing press, you got your figurines.
Yeah.
You're good.
Still mad about those Hummels.
Who doesn't enjoy a good Hummel? So anyway, Before we dig in, shameless plugs. Don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find a podcast, you can find us. While you're there, be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review.
They didn't.
No,
Nope.
but maybe.
I will say
Not even on the
lots of
900th?
YouTube comments.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so that's great.
Tell Tom to stop talking about Hummels.
That YouTube is the perfect place for those type of comments. So
Yes.
Please.
Shut up about the Hummels. We came for the precious
Wait, you're,
moments.
precious-
you're,
yeah.
you're going to get a social media account, Tom's Hummel Collection.
That's right.
Tom's
Yeah.
weird Hummels. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group. It is called the League of Show Sharers because we are hoping you will share an episode. People who were kind enough to share an episode last week include Jason McLean, Brendan McGuckin, Travis Tewitt, Tom Dowdy, Gabriel Lugo, Chris Magic Man, Richard Krotzer, Heather Sachs, Joe Faubert, Taylor Ward, Michael Ryan, Anthony Orlando, the Kryptonian Orphan, Joe's Weird Beard, Ronnie Castle, In Session Film, Matt Niglia, James Install, Geek to Me Radio, Ryan Terry, Colby Mack, Nostalgia Cast, Edit, Photo Gamer, and Mike, and Oscar. So,
I was thinking about the Kryptonian Orphan.
yes.
That's not true. There's more than one.
But his parents are dead.
Well, yeah, he still can be a
He's
Kryptonian.
from
his-
Krypton,
but his-
and he's an orphan.
But his cousin's still there.
but-
He didn't say the only Kryptonian orphan.
but
I guess that's true.
you're hearing it as he's an orphan because all of Krypton is dead.
Correct.
But he's an orphan.
He's
because
saying he's orphan because his parents are
his
dead.
parents
Yeah.
are dead.
Okay,
I
I'll
was
allow it.
using, the definition of the word orphan. There are no orphans in the world because Earth still exists.
Yeah.
It is still there.
And we're all, it takes a village.
It does take a village.
Yeah,
especially, if you're trying to raise a Kryptonian. Like,
Right.
Yeah, those things.
It takes a
those
Kryptonian
little guys
village.
hit puberty.
Yeah, I was
It
going to
is
say
trouble.
hormones. Could you imagine?
Did you see Smallville? It's bad.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
You really didn't?
No, I
Oh.
didn't watch Smallville.
Are we into the show already?
Into what?
Are we rolling?
Sure.
Oh,
Smallville's
I'm
great.
supposed to record these?
Let's dig in.
Smallville,
There, I
like
said it.
six seasons in, is really
Yeah,
good.
I've heard. It's
There's a
good.
great episode where Clark's heat vision kicks in,
Yeah.
and it's his X-ray vision, and he accidentally looks into the girls' locker room while they're changing, and I was like,
Accidentally.
yeah, accidentally,
Wink.
wink.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I get it, man.
I heard the Supergirl series was good.
Supergirl series is every once in
I
a while
liked the
that
Flash.
CW stuff.
I liked the Flash.
Then you'd like Supergirl.
So yeah, it was around the
Superman-
same. I know there were
the
crossovers.
Superman and Lois was very good. Arrow was good for about a season, and then it fell off the planet.
Yeah.
So this is a movie that happened.
Yeah, this is a bummer. This
It
is a real
is-
big bummer.
Here's the problem.
Oh, there's more than
There's
one.
more than, but like, you get all the vitriol online, right?
Well, besides,
hold on.
Yeah.
You get all that stuff online, and we're all the normies. We're like, shut up,
Right.
and then we go see it, and we're like,
Well, it just sucks. Well, it just sucks. This is different though because when you talk about a movie like the 2016 Ghostbusters,
sure.
and you have the vitriol online, which is a bunch of misogynistic, racist, et cetera, morons, and then you're like, no, that doesn't make the movie bad. But then you're like, oh, but it is bad.
It's not great.
But you're agreeing with it being bad, but it's for different reasons.
Correct.
The Snyder, and I hate to keep getting back
I
into it,
liked
but
that Ghostbusters.
I know
did too.
I know you did, but okay, but you were in the minority.
It was a decent movie. It wasn't.
and I love Paul Feig, but that did not work for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's what I'm saying. When you say you don't like it, sometimes you get lumped into that crowd. It's
Correct.
like, no, that has nothing to do with it. So this movie, you've got the anti-James Gunn, the Snyderverse people still hate James Gunn. He's in charge of the whole universe. They're out there and they're blasting it. They'll never see it. They're not planning on it.
Right.
They don't care. They're just going to say it's bad. And they're going to celebrate that it's a bad movie and all that stuff.
And then it's failing.
So then you're like, just shut up. And then we see the movie and
you're
we're like, oh, well, it's not because of those reasons, but yeah, this isn't good.
Yeah, I was hoping I could say something that would counteract what they're saying.
Right,
but
but
God dang
it's
it.
the second movie in this new DC
So here's
universe, and it's like,
so I did
ugh.
want to. I'm glad you brought that up. So I was thinking about the MCU, right? And so they kick off with Iron Man,
Yeah.
and it's gangbusters, right? I think we kind of see that with Superman. They kick off this new
Yeah.
thing with Superman, and it is very good and very, very good. Then they come with the Incredible Hulk, right? And it's like it's not bad, but it's not great.
Yeah, but this movie isn't just not bad. This is not good.
I don't know that it's not good. There are things that I liked about it.
Same here.
You know,
It had good ideas.
The fact that this is the second outing and we're already almost
This
back
is
to square
big yikes.
one.
Yeah,
it's
when
like, buddy.
it counteracts the goodwill it earned with the Superman is so good, and then you come out with this, and I think audiences are gonna have a hard time rallying behind whatever the next thing
I think
is.
it's Lanterns, right?
The TV show.
Yeah, I think that's in August,
But I mean,
and then
Peacemaker's great if we're talking about TV shows. But you know what I mean, TV and theater.
Clayface is the next one.
Man, I saw a preview for that before this movie. That I did not expect it to be so horror.
It's a body horror movie. But
because Katie was like looking away from it because she doesn't like horror, and she's like, I'm not watching whatever this. And she goes, "That's a DC movie." I'm like,
Here's
she seriously was like, "What the hell?"
This is the issue I think they're running into. James Gunn, and this is not a dig at him. Like obviously, I think everybody on the show knows
great.
He's very, very good. I think where Marvel found their success in dealing with the lower tier characters because they didn't have a choice, right? We've talked about that a million times where they sold off Spider-Man and the X-Men, the Hulk, Fantastic, all that stuff was gone. So they had the C and D list characters.
But it also lowered expectations.
Correct. And they elevated those characters to top tier characters. Again, Warner Brothers doesn't have that problem. So you don't need to go to your C tier characters, right? You don't need to go to a Clayface movie,
but they almost need to because they've strip mined their A-list characters.
I agree.
We've
That's
gotten
fair.
Superman and Batman so many
just over and
effing
over and
times
over
that
again.
it's just I'm just like it's boring. I don't need another Superman origin story. I don't need another, which I was glad they really didn't do in the last one, right?
I'm glad
like we all know where Superman came from. We get it.
This is one of the highlights of this movie is they give you his origin without giving you his origin, right?
Yeah.
Like they kind of tuck it into Kara's
because it's
origin.
Kara's perspective of it, which
but that's fine.
Yeah.
Like you can get it. You see his
it's a
rocket
different perspective.
Yeah, you see his rocket taken off, and his uncle's.
Whoa, what kind of movie is this?
No, I didn't say Red Rocket.
Okay.
Yeah. But you hear his aunt, the Kara's mom, say, "There goes your cousin."
Yeah.
So like you're like, okay, and then this movie is the one that gives you what happened to Krypton, which I think is done very well. That's one of the highlights of the movie. Is being on Krypton, unfortunately.
For 5 minutes.
Yeah, right. And I think this version of there's been so many different versions of her. She's been around since I think like 59, I think is when she debuts. The original one is dead. Like they kill the original one in the Crisis, and then they resurrect her kind of as they go forward. And then finally, I think in like the early 2000s, they're like, nah, we'll just bring the real one back and not explain anything as to why this one is here. And I think she's a very interesting character because she's very different from Clark, right? Clark doesn't know Krypton. Clark doesn't know that world. So when he gets to Earth, he's a baby and he's just like living on Earth.
That is why her origin story, I think, is more interesting because we've obviously had Superman's played out to death, and hers is different because she lost something.
Everything.
He lost something in theory, right? He didn't really get to meet his biological parents and all that stuff, but it's like
it's like the difference between being adopted at birth versus being adopted when you're 10.
I heard somebody
refer
refer to as Superman is a immigrant. Supergirl is a refugee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
but she has all those memories of the home she lost.
Does it really work that way? Because you can be both.
I guess you could be both, but
before they come at us, and like that's not entirely accurate. But I get the feel of what they're going.
But her story, I think that her dealing with that's interesting. So I like that part of it.
Yeah.
I like the Krypton and her dealing with her parents and eventually having to leave as well.
And they get her origin there pretty much right. Like Argo City is a piece of Krypton that does break away, and then they're kind of like, oh, this is great, until they're like, oh shit, like the ground becomes kryptonite. I think in one they like line the entire ground with lead. And then meteors start breaking through the lead, and they get this pretty much.
Now,
spot
why
on.
didn't they make her chase a little magic orb through space?
Man, that movie is so wild
with a magic wand.
Yeah, that cast is also insane,
right? I know.
Like,
right?
Is it Peter O'Toole and Faye Dunaway?
Yeah.
Helen Slater.
Yeah.
Who else is in that? There's Mia Farrow.
Yeah, Mia Farrow.
Mia Farrow plays her mom.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
It is. But okay, so I like those ideas, but I will say, okay, and so I do think they kind of tried to Marvel it because they get Craig Gillespie, who did Cruella, which was a really good
and I, Tonya.
Okay, right.
You
But
know,
but I mean with the really punk rock, right? The Cruella
Mhm.
had that punk rock 80s aesthetic to it.
Yep.
And I loved that movie. That movie was like a big
The movie
surprise.
had no
that it was,
business being as good as it
It's one
was.
of those,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so that's what I think they did with a lot of Marvel movies.
Well, it was basically, but Cruella kind of marveled it because they're like, what if it was Cruella, but it was also Devil Wears Prada?
right,
Correct.
To the point that they actually had to pay the lady who wrote
That
Devil
is
Wears
did they
Prada.
really?
She has a
I remember that.
screenwriting
Yeah,
credit
yeah.
because they
That
were
makes
like,
sense.
we kind of wrote the Devil Wears Prada. Whoops.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But
'cause
yeah,
they're
you're
like,
right. James Gunn, being a early Marvel guy,
Mhm.
was there when they were like, "Who can do this?" Like,
Yeah.
you know, and he was like, "Who can do a punk rock
yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of superhero?"
And so this movie
And it
tried.
turned out, not this
Not
guy.
the,
Not
and it,
this
but
guy.
this movie tried to be Guardians, but then it tried
That
to be
is the-
Mad Max, and then it tried to be something
True
else.
Grit.
Okay, and it's just like there's so many things mashed up tonally, and the humor doesn't land.
Does not land.
ever. Like I don't know what they tried to be too much Guardians with the humor, which is why Thor Ragnarok or Love and Thunder went way overboard with the humor, trying to be Guardians. Right? They can't all be Guardians, and especially if James Gunn is not writing
As
them.
much as I think Chris Pratt has his career, that Star-Lord performance when he's given those lines kills it.
Yeah.
Every single
Well, he's very funny.
time.
I mean, when he was in Parks and Rec, he was very
Yeah.
funny, and when he was cast as Star-Lord, that was a surprise casting, but he nailed it. Like he gets the humor.
Yep.
And again,
But his comedic timing works for that script.
right. But you have James Gunn's script and James Gunn's directing, where he can say, "Do it this way, do some improv,
This
do whatever."
is Anna Nagara.
What did she do?
I
I
don't
think
know.
This is her first.
But here's the
screenplay.
problem: she's writing Wonder Woman and she's writing the Teen Titans. So
She might not be now.
She may not be. And I don't want to that sucks, right? Like I don't want to see anybody lose their job, but
I can think of people I would like to see.
I can think of one person in particular.
I mean, I'm
I have very, very easy time thinking of it.
That's fair.
But I'm all for people getting a chance, and you got to start somewhere. She's done a lot of TV, so this
Yeah.
may be her first feature or whatnot. But it just didn't work. The script is very bad, and God, Marvel got people who knew how to direct action.
Yeah.
The action in this movie is some of the worst action I have seen in a long
It's
time.
very-
How many cuts do you
doesn't-
have to step in front of the camera?
Doesn't Marvel actually basically they've got the director?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
they've
for
got a
the
second
act-
unit
For
guy.
the people,
Uh-huh.
and then but for the action, we've got a team. Don't
They
you
can do
worry
this.
your pretty little head about
Right.
this.
I had to think Craig Gillespie was like, I got it, and it's just like he didn't.
And he didn't.
This
I
action
I
is
couldn't
so
get
bad.
Now I will say, I also because of the way the show times fell, I ended up seeing it in 3D.
Oh, they still do that?
Yeah, I saw Toy Story. I didn't mention it, but I saw
Oh.
that in 3D, which looked good. Animated stuff generally
Usually
looks pretty
does.
good.
Yeah, and it was a dark, muddy mess.
that
And I
sucks.
mean, I think it's a dark.
It's a dark,
couple
muddy
times
mess anyway.
I took my glasses off. I'm like, is it really this dark? And I'm like, it is pretty dark.
So
but I couldn't get my eye to focus on anything.
Every
Like,
act, no, because they do.
Yeah.
It's like almost like Liam Neeson style of action cutting. They are
Correct.
so quick with every cut, and how many times they're going to try to do. You know, in Guardians, there's always one scene that looks like a one shot, or it is a one shot, and they have to cut cleverly. You know,
Right.
someone's like in the third Guardians movie, that oneer has cuts, but it's like clever
Yeah.
how they swoop the camera or whatever. Every single action sequence in this movie did that. And one, they don't all have to look like that. And two, like you can't cut every second because it just makes it look choppy.
Well, you've
It
also
cuts and they're in a different position and
Yeah.
it's like
you've also got a character who you want to see move.
Yeah.
Like you want to see her move around and, you know.
she hardly did anything. They did
Yeah.
the thing where they point the camera away. Like where's the movie where that worked? Tom Cruise movie? What movie they do where they cut the camera away and you don't see all the ass kicking
Oh,
off
is it
screen?
Was that a Reacher movie?
Was it-
was it a
that
Reacher
the
movie?
diner scene in Reacher?
That
maybe?
might have been. Yeah, it might
And
have
that
been.
comes back and they're all beat up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like, okay, that's a funny gag one time, right?
Yeah.
And okay, and you do it, whatever. I get it. Like maybe Tom Cruise can't do that kind of thing or whatnot. But this movie cut away from Kara so often, you know, that it's like let's see her do some good action sequences.
The artist on the original, so it's Tom King and I don't remember how I said it. Like I put it in there phonetically because it's not a normal name to to
Oh,
say.
I have you blocked.
Oh,
I didn't see
perfect.
it.
Good. Thank you.
No problem.
Her or their art, because I don't know if they're male or female,
Well, then how do you know if you're supposed to respect their work?
That's a valid point.
She's a woman.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's awful.
But here's the thing.
I
It's
thought her
not.
name is pronounced Billy, even though I know it's spelled Bilqis, but I'm pretty sure it's Billy.
Okay.
Or it's pronounced something like Billy.
Her art is very vibrant,
Mm-hmm.
big time colors. Supergirl pops when you see her on the page. They've got like, they do the kind of like the Jack Kirby space line, all of that stuff.
Right.
And it's like, if you're going to adapt a book that you've already got the storyboards.
Right.
Do
Comic
that.
books are storyboards. Like, you don't need to overthink
Ask
this.
Zack Snyder.
There's been so many great comic book stories.
Yeah.
Just go find one and then film that.
Right. There's a reason
People
Snyder
will be very happy.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
reason in Watchmen and Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
So much of that is if you were to read Watchmen the comic, you're going to get the exact same scenes.
Yeah.
Because it's a storyboard.
Bilkis Evely, apparently. I've
Okay.
heard it pronounced Billy, but I guess it is Bilkis.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
she's an incredible artist.
But this movie doesn't look
Does
For a
like
girl.
not.
For a girl.
Yeah.
But
For
this-
a girl.
But
It-
this movie doesn't look like that.
No, it doesn't capture
For-
that. It wants to be Guardians.
It wants to be dark, and
but
It wants to be so many things.
that's the
you
that's
know,
the problem.
and it ends
And
up
I'm-
being none.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That
I'm
opening
okay.
scene is the Searchers, where the parents get killed.
Now, see, I
and,
like
the
that because
family
I'm
gets
okay.
killed and-
Well, first of all, the Back to the Future opening, big
Yeah.
fan of that. Where I'm like, I'm in.
okay,
Yeah.
the very, very
Yeah, yeah,
opening is
yeah.
Back to the
But-
Future,
yeah.
and then.
But I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, where are we going here?
But
This
also,
is cool.
But also, why?
Well, I know. They're
Like,
just
I think
like-
we're getting it. I think for this
they're trying to set the tone of
of where she's at.
Yeah,
Right.
But like, why pay homage to arguably the most famous time travel movie if your movie has nothing to
using
do with
time
time travel?
travel, yeah.
Sure.
Right? Like, so I
Sure.
was like, oh, what are we setting up here? Is this gonna? Oh, is time travel gonna be an element? Like, what are we doing?
interesting.
And like, no,
Nope.
I
they
thought
just
it was a fun homage.
They just thought it would be.
It was cute. It
Yeah.
was just
And
cute.
I'm just
in
like,
a better
that's-
movie, you wouldn't be
Well,
mad about
well,
that.
why though?
I know. I know.
Right? Like, it just. But
The tone
having,
didn't right.
I will
Right.
say, I feel like David Cornsweet.
Okay, sorry. It was Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I should have just led with that.
As great I think as we all thought he was in that first one, I think he's like it's
Who is it?
David Cornsweet.
Yeah.
To think that he has figured it out in this one, because I think he's better as Superman in this one.
I think
then-
I it's interesting because you get those moments where he's like so silly in this one. He almost seems like he's playing Clark, but as Superman. But I guess if that's really who he is,
But if that's him, that's
yeah.
he's not. He's
I
not
would say,
in front
man,
of.
you look at this guy.
But
That
he's
is
also
super.
Superman when no one from the public is looking.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
True.
so he's Superman, but it's with someone who knows who he really
Yeah.
is. So
Right.
he
True.
can be
So it's a
like
little-
that.
yeah.
He doesn't have to project
thought his-
strength in the same way.
His comedic timing was great.
Yeah, I think
He was-
he's really
he was-
good.
can we just get like okay? Because like, just give me more of that.
Oh,
because we'll get it next year, I guess.
Yeah, he's great. And man, I think at the end scene when they're sitting down, like toward the end of the movie, and
Yeah.
they're both sitting in the same place, and you look at him, and I'm like, man, that's Superman. That
It is.
casting is great. He looks so much like Christopher Reeve in the way that like Christopher Reeve looked like Superman, like what you envision.
He's an
as-
interesting mix of both of them.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting when you look at him from almost different angles. You're like, I just see.
I will
different-
say, as much as I
Do you
don't
think
like,
they put in his contract that he's not allowed to go horseback riding?
yeah, can you just walk everywhere you
Yeah.
go, or we will drive you, please, for the love of Christ. As much as I don't like that suit, still don't like that suit.
Yeah.
It looks better on her. Like her
Yeah.
version of the suit, for whatever reason, works better than his.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think her character is very different. Her character is sullen and kind of like figuring out where she fits in and all of this.
I liked that. So I liked kind of the non-Supergirl parts of this movie, and I thought the Supergirl parts were pretty bad.
I thought yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
like the idea of her searching and trying to find her way. And a depowered Supergirl's interesting because you take away the powers and what do you have, and you're trying to learn who this person is.
Yeah, but I think if we're gonna get a depowered Supergirl, I think we need to see a powered one first, because there's no stakes.
Sure.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
Like,
I just-
I don't really
yeah.
know what's. I mean, I know, but like, I don't. But as a film goer, I don't really know what Supergirl's powers are. So to show me her without her powers, well, I don't know what she's without.
I know, and that's why I kind of wish, like Superman, I wish we kind of hit the ground running and saw Supergirl.
Yeah, they don't take away Superman's powers until Superman 2, which in today's world,
no, they take him away in Superman 1.
do they?
Yeah, they put that kryptonite necklace on him.
Okay, but not in the same way.
Right.
Not
That's
that not that it's like a whole act of the film.
Not that he gives up his powers so he can bang Lois Lane.
But it's like a moment in Superman 1.
Yes.
It's like a story arc.
Correct.
in
I'm just
Superman
remembering
2.
that diner scene
at the end, it's great.
with the truck on the pole.
Oh, you're the Man of Steel.
What was that, Man of Steel?
Yeah, the diner scene in Superman 2.
Oh, okay.
is-
I guess I'm conflating them. I'm thinking of the old Superman movie. But what did he do?
In Superman Man of Steel, he destroys that guy's truck.
Okay, what happened in the first one though? Doesn't
he
he?
go the second one? He
Second
goes to the
one, right.
he goes to the he depowers himself so he can be
right.
with Lois.
Uh-huh.
There's a guy like being a prick, and he goes into Superman mode, and then he gets punched in the face, and he's like, he falls backwards, and he like grabs his nose, and he's like, I've never seen my own blood. And then this guy kicks the shit out of him. And then Lois, they kind of like cart him away. And then at the end of the movie, when he gets spoilers for Superman 2 from 1981, when he gets his powers back, he goes back to the diner. This guy he's like, excuse me, I think you're in my seat. And the guy's like, oh yeah. And he punches him in the stomach. Well, it's like punching a brick wall. And then he puts him on the stool and he spins him around real fast in a very Richard Donner.
Yeah.
Sits him on a tray of stuff and throws him into.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
And then and the guy behind the diner's like, what? And he's
So
in the
weird.
most one of the
Why didn't you
greatest
do that last time?
with one of the greatest Clark Kent things. He's like, I've been. And he like gives the guy. It's so perfect.
It's so silly. But
yeah, that's the diner scene in Superman 2.
But yeah, so I do wish, but I love how in Superman you hit the ground running. He's been Superman for a year or whatever, and we get to be introduced to Superman. In this movie, we really don't see Supergirl much, and it's like, so yeah, I agree that depowering doesn't have as many stakes. I like the idea of her trying to find herself and what is a Supergirl without powers.
I don't even know if it's finding herself. I do like the idea of her being like, I don't want to do this. Like, Clark, you chose this. I don't want to, my family's gone. My friends are gone. I'm dealing.
But the idea of her drinking to feel something, right?
Or feel nothing. I think she's drinking to numb
Yeah,
things
I would
out.
agree with that.
Well, yeah,
She's-
but
she
she
goes-
can only do that.
She goes to planets with a red sun
Right.
because it takes her powers away, so she can get drunk
Right.
and feel nothing.
But I mean, like, when she feels pain, she's like, oh, I'm bleeding, and she's excited about it because she never bleeds. Like,
I think I'm going to trust Joe's opinion on why people drink more than I trust
Thank
yours.
you.
So,
but I
mean
like
that with all due respect.
Very good.
But I like that idea. But you're right. I wish we kind of could have seen what Supergirl is, before she does depower, so we can go on that journey with her a little bit more. But yeah, every time you got into the fight sequences, they were so boring and uninteresting.
Yeah.
That it's like there didn't really feel. And the villain is so one note generic.
I can even look
I mean,
past
the guy from The Warriors,
Yeah.
like he was straight out of The Warriors.
Oh yeah.
That's
Like,
very funny.
I guess like in the comic book, I was
So
thinking they should have
Krem-
got the redhead guy from Game of Thrones because he looks like the guy in the comic book. You know, Tormund
I
or
know
whatever
exactly,
his
the
name
guy from
is.
Game of Thrones. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right, and it's
Yeah,
WB.
he's the leader of the Wildlings.
It's WB. Like, why not get that guy?
Yeah, they definitely tried. So the original thing with this is that they were going to kidnap Ruth, and they're human traffickers is what these are. That's not what they are in the book. I don't think. It's been a minute since I've read it.
I think
they're not humans.
People
so we can traffic them all we want, right?
I think there are a bunch of different things in the book. And
I think
this
they're
is
just bad guys.
This focuses on just that one aspect,
Yeah.
but they're doing things. They're wiping out entire planets,
Yes.
different races on
Yeah.
the planet. They're doing all sorts of bad stuff.
And so in this one, it's like, okay, I can accept a little, make them a little badder,
Yeah.
And Supergirl, to my knowledge, doesn't really have like a Lex Luthor or a Brainiac. Well, I guess she has a Brainiac depending on what they decide to do with Brainiac, if he's the reason Krypton explodes or not. So having her have like this villain that attacks her dog and like gives them a reason to go after him.
Oh yeah,
okay.
it's also John Wick.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very much John Wick. Now, here's the thing: in the comic book, Krypto's fine. Like, Supergirl takes Ruthie on this mission to show her that revenge is not the way.
That's what I was wondering. Why does Krypto not heal in the way that she does? Why not just pop him up with the yellow sun? And wouldn't he have kind of the same?
Aren't they on a red planet? And they're like
well, but she gets
But if
her powers.
she can leave to go to the
I
Yellow
guess that's
Sun,
true.
she could take the dog
I
with
just thought
her.
Krypto could heal as well. So I don't know. I would have at least tried it.
It's a fair.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Right?
Totally. But I mean, like the fact that they've, and I can even accept that, like, okay, I'm gonna kick your ass because you.
Krypto has powers. He can fly and stuff. So
He's
I
got the same.
presume
He's got.
I
He's
think
technically got the
that's
same.
I think that's a fair
I
assessment.
think he's got the same powers as the Kryptonians.
So I
He's
think
a
the
Kryptonian
logic
sure
dog.
seems to.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think the logic doesn't really check out on that whole thing.
No, I agree.
But I like the idea. I like the idea of what Ruthie is
Ruthie,
her name. Okay,
yeah.
I like the idea of again it opening up, being like the searcher. She loses her family. She wants revenge, and then you have this character who's lost everything and realized all the fighting, all the killing, all this stuff doesn't bring them back. And I like the idea of this sagely character teaching her that.
Comic book version, you're right. This version does not.
Well, no, it does. Right, we're on the
So I
same
will
page.
say
I like the idea, but
they
it just does not.
completely change the end of this book. So
Okay.
the end of the comic, we'll get to the end of the movie in a minute, but the end of the comic is Supergirl sends Krem to the Phantom Zone for 300 years. So Kryptonians age much differently than other people. So after 300 years, she goes back to Ruthie, who's an old woman, and releases Krem, and Krem is like, I'm so sorry, like I've had all this time, 300 years to think about my actions, I'm terribly sorry, please forgive me. And Ruthie kills him.
Wow.
That so like, and I like Tom King is
After
one of
all
those
that.
after all that, all of this stuff, it doesn't, none of it
I've had
matters.
time to think too.
Yeah.
And I still think you're a
I
piece
still
of
piece of gold. So like that's the ending of the comic, and I don't really like the ending of the comic because they spend this like
Well, it feels like it negates.
it
those,
absolutely
I,
does.
I kind of love it because like that not everyone lands in the happy
I
place.
don't disagree.
You know what I mean? Like, and so like, and we always see the story where like, I've learned that's not the right path.
Right.
And some people are going to be like, no.
I'm gonna kill
Well,
you now.
and
Yeah.
like Supergirl wanted in that version, she didn't have to live her whole life with hate and regretting doing that. Now she's at the end of her life.
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
doesn't. She's gone
That's a
real
win-win.
quick.
It's a win-win.
That's a
It's
win-win.
But
win-win.
that's a good bait and switch, though.
It
right?
is. Yeah, the ending of this is different. And I've already seen it where it's like, oh, you don't care that Supergirl kills. It's like, well, she's not Superman.
Right.
Like she's a different character.
Yeah.
She's had a different life experience. So
We're not morally opposed to the idea of a character in a movie who kills people.
No.
It's that this is firmly established that this character does not do that.
when Superman and Batman actively say, like Superman's like, I will not take a life.
Right.
It doesn't
we
matter.
don't come out of a Punisher movie going, I don't know about all the killing
I
guys.
do. You know what I am? After watching Punisher, the one last kill,
Yeah.
I am curious what he's going to look like in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like that will be, I'd be like, look,
And we walked out of the last Rambo movie going, I don't know that they all needed to be Mexicans.
you could
You could
make it diverse a little
you
bit.
could throw in a token white guy getting killed at some point.
Anybody else in this
Give
movie?
us something to point to.
Oh, Rambo, you're the only white guy in this movie?
Yeah.
All right.
You know
Fair
what really got me in this movie is in that beginning scene with the family. I think her brother was supposed to be special needs.
Oh,
He was wearing
really?
the headphones and he jumped out, and I thought he was like just being playful, and he was like
And then-
because when you look at it, so Krem throws an axe into his back, you know,
Correct.
right, and kills the innocent brother that's in his room listening to music.
Yes.
But he jumps out, and if you look, so at first I thought, oh, he's gonna go try to save them,
No.
and he's gonna try to like jump out at Krem and attack him and attack him.
Yeah.
When the camera cuts, he's just jumping out at Ruthie, being playful. And the way he was rocking, had headphones on, it really got me because I'm like, I think he was just an innocent.
I
special
like
need-
that. I like that opening scene a lot because it does kind of give you the idea of like how scummy Krem
right,
is.
and that really
where
when you-
like he
yeah.
kills the brother and then just walks away.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, okay, like I can
He treats
appreciate that
life
he's
like it's nothing. He
Yes.
just kills
Correct.
indiscriminately and whatever.
right.
But anyway, that really got me because I'm like,
Unlike
oh.
Rambo, who kills discriminately.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Is that prequel? Is that a prequel that's coming out?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're
So-
doing a prequel.
Pre-blood?
Yeah.
I don't know.
0.5 blood.
Yeah, I know. It's like I thought we got the prequel. It's the first movie is the origin
Correct.
of
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Which
need
is nothing like the rest of them.
No.
It's like it's like a 70s era like vet comes home from
Yeah.
war movie. Like it's not. Yeah.
And then we get to 2 and he's like,
And
I'm
it's
a
another
superhero.
one where like the right has embraced this character, and I was
Right.
like, but he's like a cop killer. I mean, he doesn't actually,
He does it. He is responsible for that.
but
cop.
he doesn't actually kill any. He
does not.
Like he
does not.
But
That cop falls out of an helicopter.
Cops die while trying to
I think it's just the one.
capture him.
He does maim and injure all of the rest of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like,
So in this movie, it's they go off to Ruthie wants revenge and Kara wants the antidote. Only the Krems, they have these tranquilizer darts and they keep the antidote on their person,
Right.
so they can interrogate whoever they shot with the tranquilizer. And I guess if they choose, which it seems like they would probably never choose, but
No.
they can use the cure and bring them back. So she has to go after them.
Right.
And they stole her Winnebago.
yeah, they did steal her
So-
Winnebago. Yeah, and I think like that is, that's the basis of this movie is they're on the hunt. Ruthie and Kara are on the hunt for Krem and his little gang. They do obviously run across Lobo, who
I thought he was going to be the villain. And see, that's why
No.
I was so confused when I saw this. And he was in like 2 cameo scenes.
if there again when we talk about casting, if there was ever an actor that was supposed to be a character,
On
it is
paper.
Jason Momoa.
On paper. And
Physically, he looks
I
like
was so disappointed.
Look, Lobo's a dumb character.
I
Like,
know.
it's just a dumb
but-
character. I don't know that it works in real life.
Yeah.
Like to me,
But
it
if
barely
it-
works on the
If
page.
it ever
think if
was
it-
going to work in real life.
I think
though.
if he's in a rated R Lobo, that will work.
But the writing is so bad because Lobo,
That's the
every single
problem.
one of his lines is like a comedy line.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jason Momoa can be very funny.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Even in Fast X, which is this weird wacky.
I mean, he was in a different movie than everybody
But
else,
he
but
is
yeah.
having fun, right? That is the most fun part of Fast X because Vin Diesel's like, "Roar, I'm so tough. Roar." And then Jason Momoa's like, I'm
Yeah,
killing
he's like
people.
this very effeminate, like, yeah.
And it's fun, right?
Yeah.
And so like he can be, and Minecraft, perfect example.
Yeah.
Minecraft, he is so hilarious.
Even Aquaman.
Oh yeah, he's good. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Another DC superhero movie, right? So he knows how to do comedy. So I know it's not his comedy chops, but the writing is so bad that all of his scenes, the comedy doesn't hit. It's just weird. It's
He's got an
weird-
accent. He's doing like a
the
British
gruff-
accent.
right? Well, and he's doing like this gruff
Well,
voice.
that to me, like if I read Lobo,
Yeah.
like that is kind of
I know, but it didn't sound good in this. Like
Yeah.
his performance of Lobo.
But
so
he's also got a British accent for some reason. It's
yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. The portrayal doesn't work. And on paper, there is no one else I would choose for Lobo. He was born to play
Yeah.
that role. And it just didn't work. So that was a disappointment for
Correct.
sure. But he's like in 2 scenes of the movie.
yeah, and
it's
he's
just,
it.
You know, one thing I did like about this movie, so as they travel to different planets, they meet all these different aliens.
All
And it was
practical.
very much like Star Wars looking.
Yeah.
You have all the different, because like what we talk about in these sci-fi movies, you go to a different planet and when all the people look like humans and they're all the same, it's like, well, he went to the one planet where it's just a bunch of humans.
Yeah, right,
But like
right.
where Star Wars goes to these different planets and you see all the weird looking aliens.
You go
and
to the
all
cantina and you're
different
like,
shapes
yeah.
and sizes. And so in this movie, we meet, especially when she gets on the intergalactic bus because they've stolen her ride, so she has to take the bus, and we just see all these different creatures. One actually, people found out was from Star Wars.
Was that on
So-
purpose?
No, so Lucas made the or Jim Henson's Creature Shop, whoever did it, I can't remember who it was. They created a creature for Rian Johnson's Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being in a deleted scene, and people spotted, they're like, that's the same creature. They just reused
Interesting.
that didn't make it into the full movie. But we were talking about the one good thing I think about this movie is I liked all the practical creature designs. They had a lot of interesting looking aliens that they stumble across in the movie.
Yeah, I didn't think they were all that interesting looking.
I thought that was. I thought it was
They're
fun to see
fine, but-
practical
yeah.
creatures, which I think is great.
Just to give them props, I think that they did that very well.
Yeah.
I don't know why Seth Rogen was in this
He
movie.
must.
Gillespie, however you say
Gillespie?
it. Gillespie, whatever. I mean, this is Italian names. Who
I
can
don't,
say 'em?
I don't
Sounds
know
like
that
you're
it's
getting
Italian.
dizzy.
Who can say him? Who can say him, right?
I can.
But he
He was in Dumb Money.
he directed Dumb Money, and he
Yeah.
directed Tom and Pammy, or Pam and Tommy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
when
there's
when that little guy talked for the first time, I was like, oh, that's funny. It's a guy doing Seth Rogen. And then the second time, I was like, oh, that's Seth Rogen. Like that's
Yeah.
100%.
So, whatever. But
it kind of took me out of it. I love
agree.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
But like it's just so obvious that it's just like, oh, stunt casting.
Yes.
It just
Right.
felt like
Yes.
if he wasn't gonna be like a continuing
character,
thing in the movie, that it's just they happen to cast him, it just felt like
I
don't
wouldn't
know,
have even been
kinda
mad if
arbitrary.
that character like stuck around.
But I also feel like if I had been enjoying the movie more,
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel that way about it.
I think this movie's so dull
Yeah.
that they called and they're like, we gotta get Seth Rogen do
They
something
should have
funny
made his
in this.
character be Paul.
Oh man,
Since he's an
Yeah.
alien
I gotta
anyway,
tell you,
right?
that
Like,
movie is so underrated.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, Ryan watched that the other day.
It's
I was
so
surprised.
funny. It's so funny.
So they have to go on this journey to whatever, and along the way, Ruthie just wants revenge,
Right.
and Kara's basically like, you don't want that.
Then
because,
it's gonna eat you alive.
Yeah.
Did you know that her cape was put together from scraps and remnants of Christopher Reeve's cape?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, the cape that Supergirl wears that Millie Alcock wears in this
So
movie.
she actually wears a real cape. They don't do the CG
Yeah,
cape
that's a real
thing.
cape.
They
okay.
probably
No, I
both.
mean, there's CG capes in there
But
for sure.
there's scenes where
But
she.
yeah, she's wearing a real cape,
that's
and it's
neat.
it's
Okay.
made from the same fabric that they used to make Christopher Reeve's cape.
Well, look at that.
Yeah.
Dang, they just kept for 40 years. They just kept that roll of fabric on the
Probably.
shelf.
I mean,
I feel
or-
like it was just they were just trying to keep the budget down.
yeah.
What do we
yeah.
have?
They're like, we got a bolt of fabric
Do we
back
have
there.
an extra
It
cape
was-
back there somewhere?
Yeah.
As a matter of
That's
fact.
funny.
Yeah, so they're just bouncing from, and of course, every solar system has a different sun. So when she's when Kryptonians are under a red sun, which is the same sun that Krypton was under, they have no powers; they're completely normal. When they go to a yellow sun, like that is when all of their powers kick in. One of my
That's
favorite.
why Zod's like, what the hell? What's going
That is
on
true.
here?
That is, you're not
Like,
wrong.
right? Like, why
Yeah.
do I have this is weird.
'Cause, yeah. One of my favorite gimmicks in Superman lore is that he can't get bit by a vampire. I'm serious.
Okay.
Because
okay.
he's got yellow sun radiation
Yeah.
in his blood.
And when does
So
this
one of-
come up?
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I like it.
He's been bitten by a vampire, and the
Metropolis
vampire.
by gaslight.
Correct. Yeah. The vampire immediately disintegrates because of yellow sun.
Oh, no way.
yeah.
Oh,
That's a fun little gimmick. I was like, that's
I
fun.
think that sounds
I like
great.
it.
That
Yeah.
sounds love it.
But then they end up getting to this. Lobo kind of tells them where to go. We have, like we've talked about it, kind of garbage action beats of her and like that beat
I don't
in the
think Lobo
bar.
tells them where to go. They find some random guy that sacks.
Oh, maybe
sacks
that's
them
right. That's
and
right.
Takes them.
One of the gimmicks. There was a funny part in this where they're like, "You have to put a bag on your head," and she was like, "Okay," and then she just looks through
She's
with
looking
X-ray
through it at
vision, and I
her
was like, "That's a
clock
good
or
gimmick.
whatever.
That's good. I like it."
Yeah, but the Lobo stuff was so dumb though. You see him in two scenes. One at this bar, and he's also looking for Krem.
No, he's looking for a guy in Krem's.
Okay, he's looking for the
Yeah.
other guy, but he's looking for the same people essentially. And then I did think it was funny when Kara had to play dumb. Oh, we're here drinking on different
Yeah.
That was the one funny moment from them where I'm like, okay, that was pretty funny. But he's like, you're annoying. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's so I've seen Millie Alcock in a few things, right?
Okay.
Game of Thrones obviously being the biggest, the House of the Dragon. She's also in a really good series called Sirens that I think we've talked about on here, where she
Gotham
plays.
City?
No,
Oh,
where her and her estranged sister, like it's on Netflix, and she's very good on that.
I've never seen her. I Game of Thrones when that ended, I was not.
You were
jumping
done?
on-
You weren't-
I have
you
not
weren't
ever-
jumping to the
I'm
next
not
series?
watching anything that Game of Thrones ever does. I mean, at least at this point.
I think I think she is I think she's good in this. I think she captures the character.
Yeah.
I don't think she was given
Agreed.
the best stuff to do.
Yeah, I don't have
you
any
know?
problem with her being Supergirl, and I like what they're trying to do with the character, the idea of it, but the script is not good, and so I agree she was not given material to really prove herself in this one.
And there are moments, right? There's the moment at the end where she's sitting there with Clark, and I think they are very good together. Like
Yeah.
she is very good in that scene. So yeah, they go to this planet, and it turns out this planet not only has a yellow sun, but it also has a green sun, which will kill Kara. Like,
Now there
it's
was
not-
this through line where they poisoned Supergirl, which I thought was interesting because it's the same poison.
She is poisoned with it's a
different
it's
poison.
different because
Okay.
this is a kryptonite laced poison.
Oh, okay.
So like when they go in, you see like that stuff attacking her cells.
This
it's
family's like, oh,
kryptonite.
we know the bad guys, or we have a friend that will take you to where they are.
Yeah.
Which clearly is some kind of trap. And essentially,
that poison.
yeah,
That poison shouldn't have worked on a Kryptonian.
that's what I was wondering.
Yes. If she can't get drunk on when she's got yellow,
But it didn't. But they were also like, you should be very sleepy right now. What
But
is
it
that?
was having an effect.
It was, but it wasn't as much. But you're right. So I
Yes.
was kind of wondering, like, well, how does it unless it were a kryptonite type poison?
The arrows that Krem uses at the end that when he
Those
shoots,
were-
those were kryptonite
because they were
laced.
taking her cells over
Uh-huh,
and stuff.
uh-huh.
But so she gets sick with this poison. We find out this family, the bad guys have taken her daughter because that's what they're doing. This race, what are they called? The
Banditos. I don't know.
Oh. Whatever Krem's crew is called, Brigand. The Brigands, they're in all.
Creme de la creme.
Creme de la
There
creme.
you go.
That's
That's what they're
right.
called, yeah.
So they're
Creme brulee.
so they are a crew of all men,
Yes.
and they find women to continue that and get rid of anyone who is not a man when they're done with them.
Correct.
And so they have gone around and like the Mad Max.
Mad
It's the pla-
Max.
It's Mad Max.
Yeah.
They're the wives are all the women they've taken. And so anyway, they take this family's daughter, and so essentially it's one of those things where the family's in a tough spot because obviously they're not bad people, but they have their daughter and like, well, we'll give you 2 women if you
you
trade
give
us
us
our daughter
ours.
back.
Yeah.
So they poison Supergirl, and then the Brigands are going to come get them. But Kara isn't knocked out like they would expect, but she is stumbling and she's trying to make herself throw up. She coats her stomach with this
Milk.
gross alien milk
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
find or whatever,
yeah.
which is kind of funny because it was so gross. But anyway, then that's where they find her, and then they
So they end up. It's a big fight with all of them. It's basically the fight on Nowhere when Ronan shows up. It's
Yeah.
the same thing.
did feel
And Supergirl, Ruthie has Krem kind of dead to rights. Supergirl goes to stop her, and then Krem ends up killing
all 3 of the
that family that poisoned Supergirl.
This is one of those things I hate in movies, though. I hate this. Made me mad.
Why?
She stopped. Well, okay. First of all, I don't know that Ruthie could have killed Krem.
She wouldn't have.
So I would have liked it better if she was like, he would have killed you, whatever. But when Ruthie's like, I had him, and she's like, I couldn't let you do this. And then Ruthie's like, 3 innocent people just died, which is accurate, right? I'm like, I just wish her reasoning was more like, no, you would have gotten yourself killed, not, oh, I can't let you do this. Because it's like, yeah, because now 3 innocent, because she stopped her. If she could have done something,
Correct.
3 people had to die.
Also, all Kara had to do was grab Krem.
right.
That's all. It's the old, hey, Lex Luthor has my mom.
Yeah.
Can you help me, please?
Yeah. And so anyway, I did not like that whole aspect
I agree.
of it.
I agree with
It
you.
was irritating. But anyway, they talk to the goofy alien guy, and they're like, I if you don't take me there, I will kill you. And he's like, okay, we will, but let me put this bag over
Yeah,
there.
and she used her X-ray vision to see where she's going. Which
That was a funny gag, which
Yeah.
is like, yeah, whatever.
okay.
Just-
Fine. So they get on this planet, and everything's fine until the yellow sun sets, and the green
So
sun
does the
rises.
green sun act like kryptonite?
That's the part that I was like, I don't know that's so. Solar energy, depending on what color it is, does affect
Okay.
Kryptonians
Sure.
in different ways.
Right.
That's why you get like green kryptonite, red kryptonite, all that different stuff. I don't know what
Because it was making her sick.
It was kryptonite. Like they were definitely alluding that it was kryptonite poisoning.
Yeah.
Or they would say that the green solar energy was killing her.
Yeah, it was interesting. I just wasn't quite sure what was going on, but either way, she was very debilitated.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
Ruthie kind of pulls her into a cave
yeah,
because she was a stowaway on this ship.
and she had this suit, Chekhov's space suit.
Oh yeah,
Clearly,
right.
I mean, in the beginning of the movie, she's like, "Oh, you're gonna need this," and
Yeah.
it's this ring that pops into a spacesuit, and they try to do some comedic moments with it. But now that she's a stowaway, she's got the suit on, she's
Correct.
protected, and
And then she ends up. So Supergirl has never worn the suit this entire movie.
Yeah.
And then of course that's the one thing that Ruthie grabs
I had to
from
wait
her.
till they earned it, Joe.
Yeah,
they
I
earned it at
guess.
this point, right?
I don't know. So Ruthie ends up getting caught. Lobo helps her get out. And then the green sun sets and the yellow sun rises.
Well, because Lobo comes to save the day because he's like, "Oh,
no,
I've got
he's
it."
locked up with her. He's in the cell next to Ruthie.
Oh, that's true. I was
Yeah.
thinking the end fight where he
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
in because
yeah.
he's got his own little vendetta or whatever.
Of course, he's got to get that bounty.
He's got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like there's a fight up on top of the ship, and then they've kind of got Ruthie dead to rights, and then she was like, "You better make it quick." And
What did she do that Lobo liked, which I thought was kind of funny?
She like tricked that guy into.
Ruthie, because there's poison tipped bars on the jail cell and you can't get out of there.
Yeah,
or whatever.
she tricks that guy into getting into the opening the cell, and then attacks him.
and then she
he was
beats
like-
the crap
yeah,
out of him.
and he
and
was like,
Lobo's
"Yeah,
all
it's pretty
right.
cool." So this is the money shot, no pun intended, where Supergirl is flying in the air, fully suited up, sun behind her.
We got Supergirl in this.
Now we have
movie.
we have Supergirl, and she wipes out, because she's Supergirl.
in one of these again terrible choppy action sequence.
I think it's hard sometimes to direct an action sequence when your character is flying around the entire time. Like I say that, but then I think of Superman, and they did it.
They can do it, and they clearly try to hide all of the things that they couldn't get to work. Because it's like someone steps in front of the screen, and she's punching this guy, and then someone else or a sword swipes across the screen. Now she's here and there, and it's like, it just didn't work.
No,
it was
not
clearly a Guardian style.
The best thing is the whole thing is when she grabs like that Gatling gun and like smashes everything in front of her. Like I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there were some cool moments, but overall, and then they tried to do the sleepy cover song in the middle.
I thought about you immediately.
That was.
I'm not gonna dog on the gal that's singing. It was a bad choice.
Yeah, like it's not
the
about
song's fine.
It's
apparently
where they
James
placed
Gunn
it.
helped pick that, and I just don't.
Well,
agree.
if James Gunn had picked it, it would have been like from the 70s,
right?
Yeah,
but it would have been like Seals and Croft, but. The problem, like I don't even like even I thought the song itself would have been
song
a good
was
choice.
a good cover,
Like
but
no, I mean like the source material, the original song
by Jimmy Eat World. Yeah,
I think, but because the direction they went, it sucked all the energy out of the scene.
All of it,
right? Like if they
sleepy
played
cover song during a big action, they're trying to be anachronistic. They're trying to,
but
just,
it completely gutted the impact. Like if they'd have played the real version of the song,
and let her kick everybody's ass
with some tempo, because I like the like. You know,
lyrics,
like he's singing it to a girl, and he's like, "You're in the middle," and like I was like, "Okay," I like lyrically it fed. I was like, "Okay, that's kind of cool." I kind of dig the song choice, but not the performance choice.
The lyrics made sense when I was listening to it, but I don't know if the sleepy cover song. They gotta just stop doing like Jumanji. It worked, right? I think ever since that first Jumanji when Karen Gillan was.
Yeah, but that's not a sleepy cover song. That's
you mean the second Jumanji?
Was the second Jumanji?
The first one.
No,
the first one.
The first one's
oh,
Robin
I'm
Williams,
sorry.
right?
When I talk about the reboots, the reboots.
Technically, it's a sequel because they're existing in the same
it's
world.
It's a soft reboot. It's a soft.
That's not a cover. That's
okay,
not.
but the anachronistic, the juxtaposition of
the ironic juxtaposition of big time action with slower songs.
And a little UB40 song.
And we got to just stop doing it. Just like with sleepy covers. Now every movie has to have a sleepy cover. We've got to stop doing the same thing just because people are doing it. And I mean, if it fits, fine. If you find the most perfect spot, obviously I'm not saying you can't ever do it again, but like they keep trying to do it, and it is surprising, but in the worst way.
Yeah,
and
it
this
does. It sucked all the energy
and this
out of
was
that
the
scene.
big action sequence. Not even that it was handled that well, but this is when you got Supergirl in her suit.
Like, and I know a lot of people in this movie, but when they play just a girl in Captain Marvel, like that works,
right?
I think. But if they had played a sleepy cover of Just a Girl,
does not work.
It would not work.
No,
right.
I agree.
So you got to pick the right song and the right version of the song.
Right.
And sometimes the cover of the song is better. Sometimes you do choose the right. So I didn't like the choice.
The Fright Night remake has a cover of 99.
You've seen the Fright Night remake?
Yeah.
With Anton
Yelton
and
Colin Farrell,
and they have a cover of Jay-Z's 99 Problems.
Yes,
but
they
it's
do.
Like this, it's like this bluegrass stomp.
Yes,
cover.
they do.
Yeah.
And it's
why did you? That's
have you
wild
watched
to me that you would watch that remake.
I watch movies.
I know you do.
I know, but Fright Night, that just doesn't seem
the
right.
Fright Night remake.
If we didn't cover it, we're wondering why. Did you watch this with Sydney or something?
No, I saw it when it came out
Really?
in the theater.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But but like that cover, is great.
Yes,
and it fits the movie, and like and it works, right?
Yeah.
So like it's not always about like you have to have the original, like a really clever cover of a song.
And James Gunn, we've said it a million times, is kind of brilliant at picking needle drops.
He is, and the needle drops don't work in this.
No,
because they're trying to do. And again, you would think that the guy who directed Cruella would get it because those songs worked well.
Yeah, sure.
The music was good in that movie, so I think it on paper. Should have worked, but it just
everything
didn't
they did creatively to get like the people they had involved made sense,
right? That's what I mean. And the execution of it was all wrong. It just ended up. I was so bored out of my mind. I saw a daytime thing and I was falling asleep. Like this is a boring movie for most of it, and it just because the script was so bad and like the humor fell so flat, you just couldn't really feel like you were.
There were moments because I think I enjoy the character of Supergirl. Like I think she's because she is Kryptonian, but she's very different than Clark. Like I have read her books, since I don't even know, like the 80s, I guess. I mean, they kill her in 87. Is that when Crisis is? 85. They kill her in 85, and they don't bring her back until like the 90s. And it's not even really Supergirl. Like it's this weird alien Matrix thing that thinks she's Supergirl. And then there's the other one that's like an angel. And then there's another one that's the cartoon version. And there's finally Jeff Loeb is like, can I just bring back Supergirl, like the real one?
I liked the Supergirl in the Batman Superman Adventures. You know, that
character's a little bit different. Like that character is from like a different planet.
Yeah.
Like Argo's like the sister planet to Krypton, and when Krypton explodes, they're like, oh,
yeah.
And then unfortunately the same thing happens. But yeah, Jeff Loeb is like, can I just bring her back?
Yeah.
And they're like, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Fine.
So they do the big action sequence, and again, it's a shame because it could have been really cool, but it's lame. It's just very the editing's very bad in this movie. And then
Krem gets
this is an interesting part, okay? Because so now finally, what's her name? Ruthie has Krem dead to rights because she's got the sword she's been carrying around the whole movie. Her father is a blacksmith that makes the strongest swords ever, and she has promised it to whoever can help her save her, get her revenge. And so she's carrying this thing around the entire movie, and she has him right there. And then of course
Kara's
Supergirl
like,
comes up.
Don't do this. Like this is gonna eat at you for the rest of your life. And Ruthie walks away.
She's like, don't do this. I want to.
Yeah.
And then Krem's like, oh ho, ho.
Yeah, it's what I also think is interesting is in the comic books, anytime it doesn't matter where they are in the universe or the galaxy, if you see the the Superman symbol, like people are just kind of like, no thank you. I don't want anything to do with it. So like I kind of wish, I guess Superman hasn't been around that long in this. So the recognition isn't there of like that symbol, what that symbol stands for.
I think he's only been around for a year because at the end it's 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So like there's no fear when they see that symbol come up, if it's 20 years later and they see it, it's like, oh crap, we're in trouble.
But I like this because he's kind of like, whoo, you saved me.
And she was like,
whee! And then she's
like, this one's for my dog.
She stabs him in the stomach.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, this is for
my dog. And then he was like, well, that's ridiculous. And then she's like, and this is for that girl and her family.
Right through his neck.
Yeah. And stabs him.
I kind of like that they went that direction because Kara's basically like, I'm not going to let this little girl regret this for the rest of her life and eat her up. But she's like, I'm already messed up. I will get my revenge. I liked it. I was kind of a good head fake.
I don't even like, that's one of those moments. Like I've said, she's not Superman. She's not Clark. She's not like, so
she was killing people in that fight. I'll tell you, she was throwing them out of spaceships and exploding things.
She hit a guy with heat vision and knocked him out. Like I was like, that guy's
you're
dead.
Disintegrated. Yeah,
dead.
So it's not like you haven't seen her kill people or that she has that rule like Clark does.
Right.
So I like that she was like, I mean, this guy was horrible. Obviously,
he's awful.
He is.
This whole clan is awful.
Wiping out whole races, kidnapping women, obviously doing terrible things and then killing them for he's a terrible person.
Yeah.
And then especially personally what she's done to her and her friend. And it's like this guy, I think in a movie universe deserved justice. She saved Ruthie from having to live with that. And he got what he deserved. I liked it. I thought it was a good.
No, I thought it was, I had no issue with this. Yeah. Unlike Man of Steel, where you're just kind of like, what? What do you? You didn't save any of those people in Metropolis, and you killed Zod.
That's still a one-time pass in my book.
You're crazy. You're crazy. He doesn't save a single person in Metropolis. He's throwing Zod through buildings.
He's a new Superman.
He's throwing Zod through buildings and not protecting anyone.
I'm not a Snyderverse stan,
I'm not saying you are, but you have to acknowledge the fact that he is throwing a guy through buildings that he's already done in Smallville, right? In Smallville, he's throwing Zod through buildings, so he knows what he can do. When he gets to a heavily populated downtown area, he is throwing Zod through massive skyscrapers.
Now, if it was downtown St. Louis,
it'd be different.
Honestly, nobody down
you couldn't
there.
tell. Honestly, you couldn't tell anyone.
Right.
Yeah. Go watch Escape from New York and tell me.
There's a whole 2 episodes on that.
I just think in that one movie
that he kills Zod because it's like, this is the same situation with the family that gets killed by Krem, because it's like, Zod has his heat vision set on killing an entire family. Do you let 4 people die because you have a no killing rule, or do you kill the guy killing people? And I think he made the right choice. But as a young Superman now
But he didn't make the choice by throwing him through buildings.
He did not throw him through buildings to kill people.
You're right. Right? Because he was careless.
Right.
Superman Doesn't matter how long you've had your. And also, he hasn't just had his powers. There's the whole scene where Jonathan Kent stops him from saving him as a teenager.
Now that.
Right? So he's had his
bad.
powers since he was a teenager.
I just mean the responsibility of wearing the outfit and flying around and doing stuff. I think he's still learning how to control his powers while battling an evil villain. I'm just saying that's the one-time exception I give Superman.
That's all he has to do. Up. But no, we're going to murder half of Metropolis.
He didn't murder them. He murders
What
one.
are you-
He murders
No.
one person.
When you
That's
take
not murder.
Oh, you're right. It's manslaughter.
Superman was not trying to
manslaughtered.
kill people.
You're
He was
right.
reckless. He was reckless.
And that is manslaughter. That's what that is.
While trying to kill someone who wants to destroy
He
the entire
uses his
planet.
heat vision to blow holes in buildings. There are scenes where he's blowing holes through buildings with his heat vision. What are we talking about? David Cornsweat saves a squirrel.
Yeah,
And he saves everybody.
I do like, but no, I agree. It's the corn sweat version. What James Gunn's trying to do, he understands the character.
Yes.
Like that much better. I'm just saying the whole Zod thing. Like if he learns his lesson, I think you could tell in the later versions where he's like,
No, because he's going to kill Batman. He's going to kill Batman in the next movie.
oh, maybe he's just gonna smack him around a little bit.
That's not what's happening at all. At all. Yeah, so like she goes back, they do their thing. Ruthie doesn't know that Krem is dead. And Kara, it's that moment in most like kind of like buddy cop movies or True Grit or things like that where they're the two people that you've spent this entire time with.
I would have rather
are
seen
gonna
the
go their
Lobo.
separate ways.
I would have rather seen the Lobo and Ruthie True Grit.
I mean,
I would have much rather seen that movie.
yeah. And Kara's like, do you just want to hang out?
Because that was the original script.
what?
That was the original idea that it
Is
was.
that she was going to go with Lobo?
It was going to be Lobo and either Lobo and Ruthie, and it was going to be a True Grit, marvel it with True Grit, but make it a movie. And so that's why they're like, well, let's pull Lobo in still.
Yeah, that would have been. There have been so many Lobo scripts that have been bopped around.
I just thought that would have been interesting. When I heard that, I'm like, oh.
They wanted to make him DC's Wolverine real
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Real bad.
That was the goal.
That was the goal.
That was
the goal.
Yeah,
and it never
it's funny
got
to see
there.
those characters that are like mirror images.
I love it.
when the different when DC and Marvel react to
Yes.
each other.
Deadpool,
right?
Deathstroke.
Quicksilver, the Flash,
Yeah.
Hawkeye, Green Arrow, Captain America, Batman,
Punisher.
Captain America, Superman.
Punisher, Bloodshot. Is that? Oh, who was it?
There is Bloodshot.
No, it was.
Oh, because Bloodshot's in James Gunn's Suicide Squad. That's Idris
Yeah.
Elba.
Rick Flag, Rick Staff? Who am I thinking
No.
of? Doesn't Rick Flag have a...
Snapper Car. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought there was one of those.
There's all of them. They all have counterparts.
It is interesting. Like in the olden days when it was so...
Yeah, there's Hyperion and Superman. Like it's the same,
Yeah.
So they, it's like Kara's like, do you want to hang out for the rest of this thing? And she was like, okay. And they take off, and then we get a scene at the end of the movie where
Vigilante.
a
That's what I was trying to
million%.
think of.
Yeah. Also in Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clark comes home, and it's the same kind of shot that we see where he tells Lois that he loves her. And Kara kind of sits down, and they're just like, they have this moment. She's like, yeah, I think I'll he's like, I could have used your help with this last guy. And I was like, well, who was the last guy? Who did you fight that was so hard for Superman that you needed your cousin? She's like, I think I'll stick around. And he was
I
like,
didn't
okay.
even really think it was true. I think it was more like
He was just kind of giving her a little bit.
I think it was more just like he wants her around.
He does.
Like I could have used your help. He didn't
Yeah.
need her help.
No.
But like I guess it's always easier
He's gonna
if you got somebody to help.
He's gonna need her help in the next movie.
Well, or I wondered if the next movie takes place in the middle of in between.
No, she's
We
there.
get the non-sleepy version.
The next one is, Man of Tomorrow.
Okay.
And that's Superman and Brainiac.
But so they will use her in that
Oh yeah,
one.
she's
Okay.
in it. Yeah,
I
think,
just wondered if it was explaining why she's not going to be in the next one because
no, she's in the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I do also think it's funny that this entire movie we are trying to avenge a dog that has been poisoned, and the first thing this dog does is eat chocolate.
Yeah.
And he was
That
like,
fun.
it was like,
no,
no,
it's
no,
chocolate.
no.
She's in the chocolate.
Yeah, this is not what they wanted to do.
It's so disappointing.
It is very disappointing
for the
It's-
second movie in this new universe to come out like this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
it's a bummer.
That is not
bummer.
ideal.
No.
And with the merger, like you just kind of hope that
maybe this is to end the merger. Maybe they won't buy
Yeah,
them
they're like,
anymore
no,
because
never mind.
Maybe that was the plan, and if it was, then
But
touche.
I mean, on the slate we've got Lanterns is a
excited for
prestige
Lanterns.
TV show on
Excited for
HBO
that,
Max. You'll have Clayface. They've got something in the works called, obviously, Superman 2 is in production right now.
the Batman 2, even though it's not part of the
Yeah, they're working on it,
universe,
though, but
but it's finally.
It's coming.
I think Sebastian Stan is Harvey Denson. Interesting.
I think if they do Long Halloween, it'll be something. Go read that book, folks, because it's real good.
I'm excited.
And then I think there's an animated feature that's called The Dynamic Duo. And it is Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, and they are a couple of street kids, and obviously Dick Grayson goes off with Batman, and Jason Todd goes with the Red Hood gang. That's the premise of that. But there's been no nobody knows what it's going to look like. Nobody has any idea.
So when do they pull Batman into this universe?
Here's the thing, they're introducing Clayface, right? Mm-hmm. That's going to be in Gotham,
right? Do you think we'll get like a hint to it?
I feel like they almost have to.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's already in the script or if they're going to go back and be like, we gotta get Batman in here somewhere.
I feel like James Gunn orchestrating this. He's their Kevin Feige. That's why they hired him. He's got to have an idea.
You better get his
Who do
together.
they cast? Who's your dream?
Brendan Skolner.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Or Gyllenhaal. Honestly, those are the two. I think Jake Gyllenhaal would be a pretty cool Batman. Jake Gyllenhaal because we know that they're going to have Damian.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like the idea of Jake Gyllenhaal being Dad Batman.
Interesting.
We'll see.
I just don't. Affleck had the size, and I really thought that was
old,
menacing. No, but I liked the direction they went.
Did you see Southpaw? Jake Gyllenhaal is jacked.
Yeah, I mean he's ripped, but I don't know. The size was intimidating. That's why I thought. Even what about the Reacher, Alan Richardson? No.
Make him be Wildcat.
Okay. But I like the idea of the intimidation that Batman is this hulking.
Or Bane.
Oh, yeah, I guess that could work too. But Skolner, what was he in? That you saw
he was in The Drop, which was really good.
The Drop, okay.
He was on what's that Harrison Ford Republican show that all the MAGA nerds love it.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, the 1923
That's
or
it.
something.
Oh,
yeah,
it's like
it's the Yellowstone, and he's good on that.
Okay.
He was in that one that we all thought was great.
That's what I'm trying to think of. What was that movie?
It's the Amanda Seyfried, Sydney Sweeney one.
Yes, he was in
He's the husband.
Housemaid.
Housemaid.
That's what we saw. Okay.
Yeah. And I think that guy's good. I think he'd be interesting as Batman.
Interesting. Yeah. We'll have to, but yeah, I'm guessing somewhere around the Clayface movie.
It's
especially
wild
to
that they
pump
haven't
up.
even talked about Batman.
Yeah, I think they're waiting when to get more eyes on Clayface. I bet you the announcement comes around that or during that,
right?
And we just see.
Yeah. So I mean, they've got Paradise Lost. There's Wonder Woman. I wouldn't be mad if they go back and try to redo that Lord and Miller Flash movie that was kicked around for a while.
Yeah,
I'd be all right with them.
Yeah,
joining the group. Sophomore effort, not great.
No, so we got Spider-Man to look forward to, and I was going to ask
you guys this. Do you think this movie, not the death of comic book movies, but do you think this movie does enough damage to the comic book movie that we are going to get less and less of them? I think Spider-Man and the Avengers are going to do gangbusters.
I think you're already getting less and less.
Yeah.
I just wonder if this is the one where you can go back and look and be like, this was it.
I think if Superman was bad, then yes.
Fair. Okay.
I think Supergirl being the lesser tier character, if you got a Batman movie that's bad, a Superman movie that's bad, any of those main Marvel movies, if you got like a bad Captain America movie or something that usually
we did. It was 4.
You did.
Oh, that's
Brave
true.
New World was not great.
But I think perceptually it wasn't really a Captain America movie.
Fair.
But I also do think that got Feige and Marvel to be like, well, we need to pump the brakes. They realize they're putting out movies not to the level, right? So, but I think if you get a bad Spider-Man movie, I
don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so either, but that's when I think you're in trouble. But I think it being a Supergirl movie, not saying, this could have been great, but I do think it's going to...
I think if they just stuck to the source material a little bit closer, brightened it up,
you can't make a faux Guardians movie. We've seen it just doesn't work. Like James Gunn can do his thing, but the imposters, the imitators, they just don't work when you try to capture that.
Correct.
He has a very unique style. James Gunn is, often imitated.
Never duplicated.
And the problem is too is he can't direct all of
He can't
them.
do
can't.
all exactly.
I do wonder
And
how
run the
hard
studio,
how hard that
yeah.
is for him. Like like I can only imagine him being like
It's got to kill him
Can
not
I
to
just-
be able to get in there.
like he just
yeah.
picks up like Craig Gillespie's chair.
I
Just, like,
agree.
scoots him to the side.
but I
Like,
mean,
I'll take it.
if he's got to be a good manager. He's got to hire people that he trusts. And on paper, I think this all worked. But yeah, I can't imagine how he doesn't. Like, he's got to kill him to not be able to get in and
Right.
meddle with it, because he can. It's different when a studio hack gets in and wants to meddle with things. But he is the studio.
Yeah, I don't
head,
think
and
Feige doesn't like get in the. I mean, I'm
think
sure
Feige-
I think he is in the creative process.
I
but
think Feige does tell them when to change things.
Interesting.
I do think
okay,
so.
I don't think you're wrong.
And so I think James Gunn's in the same way, where if he tells you something, especially because he knows
Yeah.
these characters well enough, but
I think of that scene behind the scenes with Superman when they're doing the whole. I'm more human than it. That whole scene. There's a really good behind the scenes feature where Corn Sweat is like, I don't like. They're trying to figure out how to play the scene, and it's a really good collaborative. It's a good look at the collaborative nature where
or James Gunn's just yelling at him.
kind of yelling at him, but he's like, but he's not though. Like
I know.
To
I
me,
remember he was like pretty getting on him.
But to me, it was the same thing as like a coach.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like a
For
coach trying to like get his guy
Yeah,
to
yeah,
where he
for
needed,
sure.
and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you see Corn Sweat got it, and then
Yep.
goes and does
That
the
is what a
scene.
good director does. That is your whole job, right? And so when you see a performance and you're just like, oh, we got it,
Right.
and it's not where it should be, right? Like that's what makes a movie like this. I think they didn't got it, and
They did not got it.
And Craig Gillespie just could not get it where it needed to be, and I think because the script is not good, that does not help.
I gave it a B minus.
I
That's kind of where I landed
think
on
it's
it.
a
Is like
C. I just think it's
Yeah, it was
so
like more like a
average.
C minus.
That's fair.
Yeah, C minus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's because it's not just not great. It's just not very
I'm just
good.
saying, Cinema Score agreed with me.
Well, if Cinema Score says B minus, that's a D.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
minus, because that's audiences
It's
love
very-
everything.
it's very
This
skewed.
movie has a 56% on Rotten Tomatoes out of 275 reviews.
Is
so
that critically or audience?
critically, and the audience is 77. So they're always going to skew.
That's a B. That's a 77's a solid. Oh,
That's
no,
what I'm
it's
saying.
not.
Even
No, it's
audiences
not.
didn't
No,
agree
it's not.
with you,
It's
Joe.
78.
It's a C plus. Yeah,
It's a B minus.
yeah.
Well, we never said Joe was a math major.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it's it's a shame.
It's a
I
bummer.
wanted this to be so much better.
I did too.
I hate that this gives more ammunition. To
I know that's the part.
that
Going back
sucks
to what we're
too.
saying is that they're right for the wrong reasons.
Right.
When the first trailer dropped, before that they already wrote it off, said it's going to be
1,000,000%.
terrible, and the fact that it's not good just makes them do a victory lap. But
Yeah.
it's like not for your reasons.
Yeah, I do recommend if you want to read the book. Tom King and that other person's name that I cannot pronounce. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow was the name of that.
That
There's
is Bilquis Evely.
Bilquis Evely. It's incredible. It's very, very good. The ending is a little meh, but whatever. There's Jeff Loeb.
You stop reading and you turn this ending on.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Jeff Loeb had a really good run on Supergirl for a long time. Sterling Gates and Jamal. There's a lot of great Supergirl stuff out there. If you want to see her die, go pick up Crisis of Infinite Earths, because that's where they kill everybody. There you
Okay. Well, I guess that's it for this one. Let's go around the table and everyone can say where to find them.
go. This is Joe. You can follow me on the Twitter at Joey Butts, BUTTS21, and on all the other social medias at the same.
This is Kevin. Follow me on Twitter at Kevin R. Brackett.
And this is Tom. You can find me on Blue Sky and Threads, Tom O'Keefe Jr., or on Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. Find the show online at facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon, like I did in the shameless plugs this week. $5 a month to get all sorts of bonus content, ad-free episodes, and we like you extra. So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, Nux kills Rictus.
Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, 'cause we always